I get a lot of people asking me how we were blessed to walk away from corporate America in our early 30s. Well, listen, I don't want to keep that a secret. I want to share it with the world. And so maybe you're listening to this podcast and you're trying to figure out, how do I even get started on my journey of entrepreneurship and getting to a level of freedom? Well, text the word freedom to 737 777 9909. Enter your information in, and we look forward to sharing some information with you. A proven system with small overhead, right? That you can do part-time, spare time, right from the comfort of your home, and have amazing mentors, coaches, and a community of entrepreneurs who are willing to support you and help you on your journey to freedom. Welcome to Code Freedom. I'm your host, Eddie Bales. Have you ever felt stuck? Have you ever felt like there's got to be more than life than the reality that you see every day? Tune in weekly, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays as we crack the codes to freedom in every area of your life. Welcome to Code Freedom. This is your host, Eddie Bales, and this is episode 184. And today we're going to talk about becoming who we're supposed to be. Becoming who we're supposed to be. And I posted this quote on social media, and I thought, hey, why not share it with the Code Freedom audience? And so the quote just says, many won't become who they want because they're too attached to who they've been. Many won't become who they want because they're too attached to who they've been. And emphasis on who, because it's never it's never the thing, it's never the house, the car, the business, the girl, the husband. It's never those things that are the most important thing. Yes, that's what you see, that's what you feel like you want, but the only way to get that is by who, right? Like, who are you? Who do you become, right? Like, to get the type of man or woman that you want, you have to become a certain person that that person would want, right? To be the leader in a business that you want to be, you have to be that leader. You know what I mean? So it's like we always have to focus on who, not what. And I think we focus so much on the what that we forget it's the who, it's the becoming, it's the growing, it's the development, it's the journey, the character, the integrity, all those things that are wrapped up in who you are, right? One of my mentors says it this way. I love it. He says, um, it's one thing to be in the right place at the right time, but it's another thing to be the right person in the right place at the right time. Because you could be in the right place at the right time, but if you're not the right person, you won't be there long, right? You will not be there long. So you always have to be the right person. I remember a pastor was talking about how they were at this dinner at TD Jakes' house, Bishop TD Jakes. Um, and there was a gentleman. Well, first off, they were given strict instructions already before they got to the dinner. I believe they were given these instructions. But even if they didn't, this is kind of like, I guess you would say, common sense. But there's one of the people that was invited to this dinner. I don't even know who it was, but they're posting pictures and videos and all this other stuff of Bishop T.D. Jakes' house, right? And I get it. You're fascinated. You're excited. You're like, wow, who wouldn't be? But to proceed to record, and I believe they were told ahead of time that you don't do that when this person records. And then, of course, what do you think happens? He gets the boot. So he was in the right place at the right time. He was privileged to be able to even be there, but then he gets the boot because he wasn't the right person at the right place at the right time. And so that's just what I'm sharing with you, is just that we must become. And so how do you become? Well, you know what I'm going to say. It's the books you read, the audios you listen to, including the podcast, hint hint, right? But it's the people that you surround yourself with. Those things are all important. I mean, it really never really deviates from those things, right? There may be some other things you can add in here or there, but those are the main things that you must do in order to become the person, right? I'm always looking to read and grow and stretch and develop myself. I'm always looking to pour into myself. I'm addicted to it. I'm addicted to my own growth because if I'm not growing, I'm dying. There is no in between. If I'm not getting better, right? Like if I don't pour into myself, I have nothing to give to anybody else. And if you want to be an influencer, from a standpoint of, and I'm not talking about an influencer like social media influencer. I'm just talking about just a community influencer, right? Like someone who can command success in so many different areas. I mean, you almost have to be an influencer if you're going to be, um, you know, able to impact your family, where your kids listen to you, right? Where you can run a successful business and your people who you work with actually want to work with you and actually want to do more for you, right? Like, are they waiting for 5 o'clock every day, or do they just genuinely love doing whatever kind of business you have, right? Do they enjoy being in your presence because you have a level of influence, because you have a level of charisma, because you have a level of, you just have this light about you, you know? And so those all take skills, those all take time to develop and work on. And we always must be becoming. We have to become who we are supposed to be so that we can be who we were supposed to be, right? Because if you always do what you always done, you always will get what you always got. And if we want more, we got to become more. It's not what we do, it's what we become. It's who we are as a person, right? You could have two different people, right? And one of them will succeed so much more than the other, same circumstances, just because of who they are as a person, right? So you always got to be looking at that. Like, here's what I ask myself. So I look at people who are successful. And I don't say, "Oh, man, look at what they got," or, "Oh, man, look at how they live." I don't do that. I mean, don't get me wrong. Yes, I may look and say, "Oh, man, that's nice," right? In my mind, I'm complimenting, but I'm also thinking to myself, "Look, they're no better than me. I'm not gonna hate on them. I wanna know how they got there. I wanna know what they did as a person to become there. Did they stay up late and maybe get up early? What kind of books did they read? Who were they surrounded around? What did they study? What did they listen to? Like, I want to know those types of things, because matter of fact, a good question to ask successful people is, what's their favorite book? And here's what'll be interesting. In some of those cases, a lot of those cases, you'll find a common theme that many of them will probably say the same books. Why? Because success leaves clues, right? I don't know who said it. I think it was Frederick Douglass, but I'm not sure. But someone said, if you want to hide something from people, put it in a book, right? Most people, I don't want to say everybody, there's a small percentage who read and study and who are working on themselves. And that is why they are where they are. So we need to become who we are supposed to be. And guess what? The person you're supposed to be is waiting on you. They're waiting on you. They're like, come on, man. Like, when are you going to catch up? I need you to get here. And you're just like chilling, relaxing, just comfortable being who you are right now. And I know maybe you're comfortable, but there's a better place that you're supposed to be that's so much more comfortable, right? And so there is so much more to live. There's so much more to do, right? To feel fulfilled that you've accomplished things in the sense of service, right? How you served and blessed other people. That is the person, right? That has served so many people, that so many people are their lives are better because of you, right? Maybe it's the book you wrote, maybe it's the speech you gave, maybe it's the song you wrote, maybe it's the product you made, the service that you offer, whatever it is, right? But the key is, how can we serve many, 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 many people? And that is how we will succeed, and that's how we will be free to live the life that we're called to live, and not the life that we have to live. So listen, this is episode 184. I appreciate you guys so much for taking a listen to this episode. Make sure you share it with a friend. Make sure you tag us. And also, don't forget to join the Code Freedom engagement page on Facebook and connect with us. Say something. Say hello to us in the group. We look forward to celebrating you and seeing how we can help you to live the life of freedom. God bless and take care. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate you guys for listening. Definitely feel free to take a screenshot of this episode, tag me in it on Instagram or Facebook or wherever you find me on social media. I would love to give you a shout out. Hey, you might even get a prize. Who knows? But excited that you had a chance to take a listen. I hope you got a lot of value. And definitely feel free to give us 5 stars as well as a review. Show us some love, and we appreciate you. God bless you all, and see you all over the top.